This is the gig of a lifetime, scoring TV and film, and we have the best of the best sitting right here behind me.
TV show right now, True Blood, which we just won an Emmy nomination for.
Nice.
Wendy Melvoin and Lisa Coleman, better known as Wendy and Lisa, originally recognized for their 80s rock career alongside Prince. They have scored for film and TV since the 1995 hit Dangerous Minds. And other films they have done are Soul Food, and their TV credits include Crossing Jordan, Nurse, Jackie, and Heroes. And independently or separately, they have collaborated with Seal, Sheryl Crow, and Eric Clapton. Wendy and Lisa. Let me ask you all, and anyone can take this. What's the difference between scoring for film as opposed to scoring for television?
I think I'm going to say this, and I think everybody's going to agree. There's not a difference, per se, in film and TV. What is a difference is the budget that you have to work with. And depending on your budget is the kind of score I think you can deliver to somebody. I know also in television, for us, time is the most important aspect of what you have. In film, I know that the conversation I had with Randy Newman, he asked me, how much music do you and Lisa compose a day? And I said, well, we're working on a show called Heroes right now, and we have to compose, on average, 35 minutes of music per episode, and we have to do it in 5 days. Right now, it's been 3, and he said, I can only manage 3.5 a day as a film composer. That sounds like hell to me. Now, if I had 3 minutes a day, the luxury of that would be great, and it would also be horrible because I can't imagine there'd be much deciding quickly on whether something's working, and there's a lot of hand-wringing going on at that point, and to me that can be really counterproductive. So I think mostly what we're talking about for all of us up here is the kind of budget you have to work with in order to get something done. That's how I feel about it.
And that being said, now in terms of TV, when you're doing a show like Heroes, is that all done electronically, or you don't use orchestra for that, do you?
We don't use an orchestra on it, but before we started the series, we did about 4 or 5 major sessions where we were able to sample as much as we possibly could with live instruments and made our library and palette from that. So we've gone back and used that. We also hired a vocalist, an Indian vocalist, that we had come in, and we did major sessions with him in order to make a library of him for that. So we try and condense as much as we possibly can in order to do as much as we can in a short period of time.
I think actually, one of the biggest differences, I think, is mostly the time factor, really, is what Wendy's saying. Where we score 35 minutes of music in 3 days. We really do have to compose always in real time, watching the scene, and having like an extensive sample library is like our best friend, because we really don't have time to write a piece and then have it performed or recorded in a live session. I would love to do that. We just simply do not have the time. And on a couple of the shows recently where schedules were moved up, we literally spot on a Wednesday, and it airs that next Wednesday. So it's been extremely crucial to just get it right, do simple yet effective scores. So we can't always, we have, we can't really worry too much about orchestration, or, we try best we can to come up with unique sounds for each show. To give them their own personalities, and then just run with it. It's like, okay, that taponic sound is really cool for this character. That's going to be her sound, and there you go.
And with, go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, go on.
And with TV, you're generally working with a producer as opposed to film with a director.
Yeah,
correct?
You don't work with directors on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the time thing for TV, the one silver lining is that whatever you give them, that's what they get, right? There's no dicking around. There's no like, well, can you change? Because you got to get it out the door.
They want the time. They think if they ask you, Wednesday's your spotting session, deliver it by Friday, the dub is on Sunday, that they'll get a day
fixes
of
on Saturday.
That's what they're hoping
And we've done
for.
that.
So we've done that, and then there's been times where we've been like delivered. If the show's 5 reels, we'll deliver 1 through 3 on that Friday.
Right.
And not let them have too much time to do all 5.
But then spotting the episode really becomes important, and those producers and everybody in there better really speak up about what they want. They can't just be so I don't know, this isn't really working for me.
Fix it.
It's like you better just say, do you want this or that? And we'll do, it also becomes our responsibility to make sure that we're getting from them what, as best they can, because they don't know, an A flat or a time signature. And,
God, the amount of music in television, absolutely insane. Thank the Lord that summertime is the downtime for everybody, because if it was a year-round thing, I think 97.8% of all television composers would be in straitjackets after
Here's interesting,
a year.
but I think all you guys know this, and I bet you know this from cable as well. It's changing, and the major networks are actually asking for a larger order so that they're actually on air more in the summer now, so there isn't so many more hiatuses like there used to be. Like, you work from September through May and then it's down. You're up until June and July now, and then they're starting production. They're already ordering scripts in June, and they're back in by August. So you might have just a little time. It's very different now than it used to be even 10 years ago. So, it's constant.
Now, a lot of these audience people are people who want to get into film composing and TV composing. So I want to ask some nuts and bolts questions. Financially, what pays more, TV or film?
It depends if it's a hit. Yeah. If it's a hit on TV, it's wonderful. If it's a hit,
and if you can write the main title,
then you're doing pretty good.
Also, network versus HBO. I mean, I do True Blood and HBO, and that is an appallingly small royalty check compared to what I'd be getting if it were on a network.
So different. Yeah, we did the same thing with Carnival.
For cable is really a show we do for love, but it's also a much smaller amount of music.
And you have more time. I don't know if you guys did. I have such a leisurely schedule on True Blood.
Oh, that's great. Nurse Jackie, we have to deliver, sometimes we've had to deliver 2 or 3 episodes in 1 week on that. So, they're trying to get stuff done fast. And so it's funny because
it just depends on the production. Yeah, it can really vary.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money on network television still if it's a hit, and if you run into a lot of seasons and it's bought worldwide. The residual checks that come from that are quite good. Your fee is still very nominal, so you hope that the show is a hit, and you hope that you can get the title sequence.
Well, and I have to say that Chris said something really important that,
did.
Yeah, you did, and it's very timely because we are often asked to do a lot of things for free and just at the whim of a producer or just to try something, or they can call you on a weekend or overtime or Sunday at your house, and they want to do a pre-record or just try something, or and you kind of just do it, and there's never any talk of money until all of a sudden it's done, and it's been weeks and months, and then it's gone, and you never got paid. These kind of things have to really change, and it's really going to be a big responsibility for all of us and for all of the up-and-comings to try to really defend yourself. Your work has value, and it is hard to balance sometimes that you want a relationship with this person or with this company or with this production, but once you start doing everything for free, you're sort of doing yourself a disservice and setting a precedent for them to kind of abuse you.
There's a fine line to all that. We can get into that.